we get started, I really want to thank all of you, friends, families, faculty, our core faculty, Michelle, who is not here with us in person, everyone who has really supported our graduates throughout these somewhat difficult times in the last 3 years. So thank you. Without your support, we would never be here tonight to celebrate this special moment. Before we get started, I would like to offer a prayer. God of heaven and earth, we come here tonight with boundless gratitude for your love and the opportunity to physically and virtually gather and celebrate the graduation of 8 very special physicians from our program. We pray that you will give each one the strength and guidance to serve you and humanity in ways that you intended all of us to do. We pray that you bestow each one of them with knowledge, humility, and compassion that's needed to be the best we can be for our patients. In your name we pray. I only have about 10 minutes to bore you. And I really thought a lot about 10 minutes. Like, what am I going to say to bore you, make you have an opportunity to take a nap before the main event? And I thought about maybe telling you about my experiences over the years of having done this, being part of the faculty for the past 30 plus years. And I said, no, that would definitely bore you to the point of leaving. So what I thought I might do is talk about t-shirts. Those of you who jog or walk, you always encounter people who have t-shirts on with a message. Has anybody ever found a message that was really kind of like, wow, why didn't I think of that? And for this moment, I thought about 2 messages that I've seen on t-shirts that I say, gosh, that is such an impactful message. One of them was in Boston, and this guy was just jogging right past me, and he says, live a life of impact. And I said, my God, doesn't this just capture what every one of us should be doing? Live a life of impact. You know, why do we have to have a t-shirt that says that? Well, people like me, just to be reminded that we all need to be living a life of impact. That really stuck to me. I almost said, hey guy, can you just wait? No, I said he was jogging, so I let him go. The second t-shirt that always I keep thinking about is, when in doubt, zoom out. I actually saw it on one of the late night shows too. When in doubt, zoom out. You know, zooming out is something that's one of my favorite things that I tell my friends, tell my relatives, I tell my students, residents. I said, you know, we need to zoom out, look at the whole picture. And usually when you zoom out, something that really comes out of it is gratitude. I actually zoom out every morning when I get up to go take a shower. It's gratitude. I zoom out and say, wow, I'm actually able to do this. This is wonderful. And I think something that we should remind ourselves, we need to zoom out a little bit more. But instead of really being so original, I was also reminded of an article that was published in the American Journal of Medicine, which is a journal. And it caught my eyes because it was a commentary, and the title is Reflections to My Beloved Grandchildren for the New Year 2021. Now, this is a high-tech, very scientific journal. I've submitted articles and been rejected by this journal, okay? All right? Now, I can tell you that I don't expect to see articles about advice to grandchildren in this journal. But it was written by a very thoughtful scientist, physician, Dr. Charles Hennekins, who's one of the deans of Florida Medical School. And it was really a simple article. It was really about life, his observations as a 78-year-old grandpa. And he acknowledged what was going on in the current times, turmoil in our lives, the world, COVID, wars, all those things. And he just sat down and says, this is what I want to tell my grandchildren. I said, what about I just make this reflections to my beloved graduates? Maybe I should do that. And I'll just adapt it because I won't be able to go over to all the 30 points. So I made the choice of adapting it to this audience. I put in a couple of my own little thoughts in there too. So this is selected, okay, observations. Number one, in life, pursue your passions, not fortune or fame, and find the best mentors to guide you. I've had my mentors tell me in the past, they said, don't chase money, let money chase you. And you'll get there, you'll be fine. Try to be the best you can, regardless of how good or bad anyone is. Catherine and I had a conversation not long ago. We talked about how what we should do is do the best we can do and not worry about what other people are able to do. That's all we can do of each other. Do the best you can do. Now, one other thing that one of my mentors told me that always stuck to me, he said, don't ever compare your insides to people's outside. Especially in the social media. We're always comparing our insides to people's outsides. But their outside is not their inside. You're not comparing apples with apples. You're comparing apples with oranges. So when you look at other people's performances or whatever attribute, it may not be exactly what you think it is. Number three, try to make the world a better place. This is absolutely right. Whatever the world looks like right now, try to make it better. Number four, be shocked but never surprised. I like that. It's like right now, I'm standing here, you're shocked, and I'm standing here telling you this. But you shouldn't be surprised, right? Because this is what I'm supposed to do, right? Know what you know, but also try to know what you don't know. And that's really a key to be a lifelong learner. Don't ever be comfortable with, okay, I think I know this, okay? No, there's a lot more things you can really know about even that. Try to know more. Live your life with high hopes but reasonable expectations. So shoot for the stars and settle for the sun. Perfectly fine, shoot really high, but it's okay if you settle for something a little lower. Balance your already extraordinary competence with your already extraordinary compassion. And every one of our graduates here has already reached that extraordinary compassionate mark. Try to act at all times with character, integrity, dignity, and grace. This will gratify some and astonish the rest. Dignity, integrity, honesty, those are basic attributes of our human beings. And we should continue to exercise those, role model those for the rest of our lives. Do not brag about or apologize for your roots. You are who you are. Your roots are the roots. Proud of it. Don't apologize. And you didn't have anything to do with it, right? So don't brag about it. Your attitude will be a major determinant of your altitude. I always thought my own take on this was, if you think about gratitude, attitude has a lot to do with gratitude. I always remind myself of how grateful I should be, and the world looks a lot different when I know I need to be grateful. Let's just remind ourselves of being more grateful. There are a lot more things to be grateful than we often acknowledge. Ethical principles are like rubber bands. If you stretch them far enough, they'll break. Just remember that. Don't try to stretch that, okay? Don't try to have a different interpretation of things that you know is not right. Don't break the rubber. This is our one golden rule. Do others as you have them do unto you. And you should keep doing that, even though you know all good deeds will not go unpunished. We have done so many things for our patients, occasionally we get punished for them. Keep doing it. Keep doing it because it is the right thing to do. So, Dr. Hennekins said advices I would give my grandchildren, but I also want to make observations about the world around me because it looks really a little bit tumultuous. And I'm going to, again, try to to select a few of them. There are many who have tenuous attachments to the truth. See this all the time. Many people in the world have a very tenuous attachment to the truth. Sometimes they have absolutely no attachment to truth. And they will challenge us to make sure that we point out what the truth really is. Talking to some people is like talking to a turnip, except that only the turnip listens. I had never heard that before. I think that is brilliant. I do grow turnips in my. I will be listening much more to my turnips. The world is bad enough as it is, so I have no right to make it worse. That is really true. Yes, but we don't have any right to make it worse. And last, what I really loved was this. I cannot do all the things the world needs, but right now, the world still needs me to do all the good I can do. So, graduates, I commend you for getting through the last 3 years. I can tell you that I have never seen a pandemic before until now. I looked at the 1918 pandemic flu as a historical oddity. I used to interview my 95-year-olds who actually lived through that because I said, I want to know firsthand because I'll never go through a pandemic. And here I am. I'm going through it. Don't ever listen to an ID guy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But I want to commend you. I'm proud of each one of you for going through times that have been at times rough. You showed us your resilience, your flexibility, your honesty, your integrity, your perseverance. Keep that up. I want to thank you for being part of our program. I want to for making our patient care better. And I want to thank you for making our community a better community. And best of luck, and you're always going to be here for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mannion, for those kind and inspirational remarks. From a practical perspective, many people in a small room. So I'm going to invite perhaps to open that door and to see who in our room might need a chair to sit for the next hour and bring some of the chairs from the other room in. If anyone needs a seat, I have some family members visiting. We have those visiting. We have room to put some chairs on the side. So let's bring a few more chairs out for anyone who might need to get off their feet for the duration of the ceremony. While we are doing that, I will invite Dr. Robertson, who is our excellent Associate Program Director, to deliver some awards to our residents.
Not rewards, I don't have awards yet. All right. Running up to one at a time. Maybe put, no, put these together.
Superstar.
I don't try them out very often. I think I'll be able to wear my glasses in that. Most of them. So it's like yeah, I've actually once I had a little bit there.
Driving at night. No, we don't have it.
All right, I think most everybody has a chair that needs a chair. As Ozan brings in a handful more. Well, thank you everybody for being here tonight to celebrate our graduates. As Dr. Garland mentioned, I'm Nate Robertson. I'm one of the Associate Program Directors. And for the family and friends in the audience tonight, I've had the pleasure of getting to work with and know and learn a lot from your loved ones. So thank you for sharing with us the last 3 years. I was just sharing with Osmond's family how sad it is for us to see them go every year as we lose our wonderful graduates, but we're off to great things in their life. So as I was reflecting on just kind of what I wanted to share, other than well done and way to get here to our graduates, and just how proud you should be with the journey you've been on. I was reflecting on the new residents that we're starting in just a few weeks here, and how oftentimes we tell ourselves every year our interns have their first July 1st or their own July 1st, but we do it every year, and so we're used to it. I think we lied when we said that about your class. You all came in and had about 6 months of normal residency, and then the world blew up. And you had changes constantly as there was an evolving pandemic for us to deal with, and to try to figure out how to make sure that we could educate you and provide the teaching and time that you all needed. So thank you for your patience, and thank you for the hard work that you all put in over the last 3 years as things were seemingly constant flux. Thank you for being patient as we tried to figure out numerous transitions in faculty and numerous transitions in policies and procedures as we went through all this. So with that said, I have the honor of giving out some awards to several of our residents. Just to award a PGY1, a PGY2, and PGY3 with the resident based on some feedback from residents. We decided to move away from that this year and focus on things that were important to the residents, things that should be exemplified in our physicians and characteristics that were important to them. So we have some new awards this year. So I'm going to start first with the humanism, which went, so this is a award that was voted on by peers as well as faculty, and basically was the award for the resident who exemplified care and compassion at all times for their patients and families. I think there's probably 20 of these awards that are deserved, but I'm just going by the tally marks here. So with that said, Dr. Elizabeth Houston was our winner this year for the Humanism Award. And I don't know that I don't, yeah. I think she was switching between nights and days or something like that. So not an easy time to come to a graduation when you're, she's on nights, yeah. Not an easy time to be here when you're supposed to be in the hospital. So thank you, Dr. Houston, for caring for patients. With that said, the next award that we have here was the Excellent Teacher Award, based on votes of peers and faculty on who they saw as a wonderful teacher for junior residents as well as students. And this year's was Dr. Iag Garabe. I should have come to you, I'm sorry. Thank you. Smile for the camera. All right. What are you reading? I prefer out. Just me. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. So it doesn't break. All right. The next award that we have here tonight is Greatness in Leadership. Again, somebody who exemplifies the skills, who brings their team through tough times. This year's winner, as voted on by peers and faculty, was Dr. Cody Novak. All right, where are we here? The second to last award tonight is the Team Player Award, the person who is willing to step into a game and help a friend in a time of need. And this year's winner is Dr. Azam Khan. All right, then Azam, just stay right there, okay? I know it's a long walk over the corner, but And then the last award was chosen by the residents and voted by the residents and faculty this year was that for the resident who showed exemplary work in the area of scholarly activity and research. And again, our winner for that this year is Dr. Ozentan.
And again, if we have more time and more seating, every one of our 24 residents is deserving of one award or another. Every one of our residents has something, a special quality or characteristic about them. But tonight, we're going to fund our 8 graduating residents. Our next PG1s and 2s will have to wait until next year to hear how fantastic they are. When I thought about remarks for tonight, one of the inspirational quote for a callback that Dr. Mannion mentioned earlier today, believe it or not, was from a jazz dance 2 class at Missouri State University. We had a visiting professor who was a professional dancer in New York City. And he was teaching our class as an instructor for a semester, and he said, you know, you will never be able to guarantee. Oh, okay, we're going to come back. You can never guarantee that you are the person who can jump the highest. You can never guarantee that you are the person who can do the most spins or have the best timing, but what you can guarantee every time, every audition, and every job you do is that you are the hardest working person in the room. That is the one thing that will always be in your control. That is the one thing that does not depend on who else walks in the door. You can always be the hardest working person there. And I am proud to say that our residents exemplify that ethic every day. When it's hard and difficult, they come into work, and our faculty do as well. Our faculty have had some very difficult times this year. It has been a hard time to be a trainee. It has also been a hard time just to be a physician. In the last 2 years, 2.5, 3 years, I was just commenting when I saw Dr. Paranjyothi tonight that I have not seen his face in 2 years. People grew beards, people lost beards, people changed their hairstyle. I had no idea. So we also want to take a moment to acknowledge our faculty members. We as a residency program could not exist without the dedication of our faculty members who show up every day to give the best of themselves. Even when it's hard, even when it's busy, even when there's a million competing things pulling us in every direction. Family, patient obligations, professional obligations, they still show up day after day, week after week, year after year. I tell our trainees, you know, when we'll have our new interns coming on July 1st, your first day as a physician is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. But for your faculty, July 1st comes every year. We will all have people starting, we will always have people graduating, we will be here year in, year out, seasons that come and go every year to do the work they do. So I would like to invite Dr. Harvey to acknowledge some of our faculty awards tonight before we go on to our graduation awards.
Thank you, Dr. Garland. So, I'm the current chief resident. I'm out in a couple of weeks. This is Dan Hernandez. He'll be taking over for me July 1st. We're going to present some awards for our outstanding faculty, voted on by the residents. The first award goes to the outstanding outpatient provider. This award goes to the attending who always keeps us on our toes, who is dedicated to teaching and the well-being and growth of our residents. She has had exemplary leadership abilities that have made the program and our JFK clinic grow beyond all of our wildest dreams. This award goes to Dr. Catherine Garland. Congratulations. The second award goes to this year's outstanding subspecialist attending. This attending inspires all of us to provide quality and compassionate care to all of our patients. The compassion with which provides care and the dedication dedication to which he residents is exemplary and inspirational to all of our residents. This award goes to Dr. Perrin Joffe.
All right, and the last award that we're going to give tonight for our faculty is for the outstanding inpatient attending. This award goes to one attending whose love and understanding of physiology is unequal. His ability to quickly explain complicated concepts in a very digestible way over one of the ICU and CU glass doors is impressive and unique. We have to thank Dr. Plitzko for being an outstanding attending for us. We appreciate you.
Give me 1 moment. I'm going to go get some certificate. Someone forgot their glasses. It might be Dr. Mann. We will keep them here for you until the end of the So as we get ready to graduate, these 8 outstanding physicians who have spent with us here at Mercy, learning, caring for one another and for their patients. I am the first time the program director at this graduation, so this is my first opportunity to graduate our residents. I get to say a few words. I won't talk very long, but I get to say a few things. So, one of the other inspirational quotes, Mother Teresa of Calcutta. This is also framed on a bedside table, and I read it every morning when I get up. People are often unreasonable, irrational, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win unfaithful friends and some genuine enemies. Succeed anyway. If you are honest and sincere, people may deceive you and take advantage of you, but be honest and sincere anyway. When you spend years creating, others could destroy overnight, but create anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, some may be jealous, but be happy anyway. The good you do today will often be forgotten, but do good anyway. Give the best you have, and it will never be enough, but give your best anyway. In the final analysis, it is between you and your higher power. It was never between you and them anyway. So I hope our residents who are graduating into physicians will take a few words they may have heard over the years and hear echoes in their mind with as many decisions we're faced with day in and day out. Do I go back and talk to that struggling family? Do I go home to my family who needs me? Do I take the time to write a fresh note for those who are in M&C? Or do I try to get that sign out done on time? We are always faced with hundreds of decisions every day that have an easy path and a right path. And I have faith that every physician graduating today will take the right path, even when it is the difficult one. who will be an inspiration to everyone they care for and everyone they work with, who will set the bar high for those around them to say, this is how we behave. This is who I am as a physician. This is who I am as a human. This is who I am every day. I'm so proud to have been a tiny part of the growth of the physicians that are graduating today and have witnessed the journey. They did all of the work, and I got to have all of the fun of watching the growth. They are the ones who spend the long night studying, the ones who spent the time to learn how to be better. They are the ones who were curious and never stopped asking why. And so the accomplishment is theirs. But we as their faculty have the privileged position of watching this growth year after year. There are many teachers in the room, and I'm so happy to see so many of our faculty able to join us tonight. It is the greatest gift and the greatest privilege to be part of a teaching program. Our first resident we are graduating tonight, I got to interview. He, in the last 3 years, is always looking for solutions to problems. He is always looking for a better way, a more efficient way, an easier way. He always says, hey, do you want to try this? Just give it a try. Tell me if you hate it. I can take it off. But never stop striving for a better answer to the problems. It's thorough, complete, beloved by his students. Dr. Mark Big, I am pleased to welcome you. Tonight had quite a journey. He survived hurricanes and floods. He managed to rise despite the many hurdles in his path. I am inspired by him every day when I remember the conversation we had about burnout. And he said, I don't really understand what it is because I love what I do every day. I can't imagine ever being tired of it. I can't ever not wanting to do this. So thank you for that gift, because that gift reminds me on my days that are rough and weary, that spark and that joy that has all part of being a physician. For Dr. Nabi Chaudhry Martinez, please come up. Our next graduate has an eye always on the wider. Many physicians in training are focused on the next ITE exam, or the next rotation, or the next shelf exam. But this physician has always asked, why do we do what we do? Why have we built the system we've built? Who is looking out for those who are less better? How can we find a way to make the world better, not just the day better? The willingness to see our place in the wider sphere, recognize the influence and value we have, the many, many compliments over the years for his compassion and humanity. Again, I am inspired every day by the chance to work with Dr. Ian Rybing. I know, I keep telling you to use the scooter. You will never use the scooter. I am thrilled that I get a chance to work with this physician. And I am as well. As I said, I think I interviewed almost all of our graduates this year when they were applying for residency. And actually, the year we interviewed this physician, I said, you know, we need some more Latin American physicians. Why aren't we opening those applications and let's see if we can find somebody fantastic. And you know what we did? He has been an emotional, so compassionate, so beloved by his patients, always willing to lend a hand. He has grown and developed into a mature, fully prepared physician. And that I am pleased to welcome a faculty member to our program next year. He will be an inspiration. He will set the bar very high for our interns. He will be both a challenge and a reassurance because he can offer kindness as well as an inspiration to do better. And I'm so thrilled to be graduating Dr. Dan Hernandez. What's funny as I look at the next 3 graduates in line, they showed me a medical school graduation picture that they recreated here tonight. Our next 3 graduates all graduated from medical school together, and how lucky we were to land them all at once. The next physician I'm graduating has won an award tonight for his ability to team player, and it is well deserved. This is a physician who quietly looks out for others, who says something when he thinks someone is in trouble, who always says, "Don't worry about it, I got it. Don't worry, it's fine, Arbit." No matter how late it is or what else he may have, you never feel like he is too busy. You never feel like he doesn't have time. This physician's patients will benefit from his care in our critical care next year. And I'm thrilled Mercy continues to have on staff Dr. Azam Khan. Our next physician, I think, has shared more laughter in JFK than anyone else, who always has a smile, who always has a bright word, who always finds a way to find the joy even in the most difficult situation. This physician has a laugh and a smile and never lets anything get her down. She has a world view that is inspirational, thinking about people in different countries, we're celebrating their differences, celebrating the treasures, and will be found to be an infectious disease physician who will continue to change the world. And what a time to become an infectious disease physician. I'm happy to graduate Dr. Rachel Lee. Our next graduate never, ever runs out of energy. I get tired watching her sometimes. She starts earlier, she finishes later, she works faster. I find this is the only physician that I have to learn to keep up with. And for those who don't know me, I'm a fast talker. This physician's mind works a million miles an hour. When we did our last clinical competency committee, we said you embody the attitude of make your system and work system. She has it pat every day. Some interns struggle for 9 months. She struggled for 2. Went, oh, this is the way to do it. I got it now. I am also thrilled this physician will be joining our faculty next year. So she will be working part-time at the hospital, but also part-time with our academic teaching team to be able to teach and inspire a nation of learners. And I'm pleased to graduate Dr. Karen Nussbaum. Our final graduate today started a bit behind, not intellectually. She had most of her peers having already completed her training and doing it a second time, which I cannot imagine, much like Dr. Hernandez did. I cannot imagine moving to another country and doing residency a second time. I think I would be a nanny. This physician came a little bit late. You never would have known it. She hit the ground running, and she has spent 3 years with kindness, with grace, with compassion and warmth, attending to her patients in clinic, her patients on floors, her peers, her medical students. They all feel involved by her warm, calm, unflappable demeanor that says everything is going to be okay. And I'm proud to be graduating Dr. Vaibhavi Parsania. Just so everyone knows where these, Dr. Mark Big, who will be staying at Mercy St. Louis, is a nocturnist. For him on night, admitting patients. We're so thrilled to keep him. Dr. W. Chaudhry Martinez will also be in our critical care program, along with Dr. Also spending a lot of time on nights and ready to answer the call. Thank you for making those ICU transfers easier, both of you. Dr. Hernandez, as I said, will be staying as our chief resident next year and a critical part of our core faculty and onboarding and training and mentoring our new residents and interns will be starting in July. Dr. Rachel Lee will be pursuing an infectious disease fellowship at the George Washington University Hospital in Washington, D.C. Dr. Karen Espel will be a hospitalist at Mercy St. Louis, as well as adjunct faculty member of medicine on our academic hospitalist team. And Dr. Vaibhavi Parsania will also be staying at Mercy with a primary care practice. So we are thrilled to see thrilled for the amazing career for these physicians. We are so happy that so many will be staying with us here at Mercy. And for those, Dr. Uribe, did I skip you? I did. Dr. Uribe will be pursuing a gastroenterology fellowship at St. Louis University. A very sought after position. Very difficult to achieve. And I would like to offer for all these physicians a blessing. So this is a blessing for physicians. For those in the crowd, I know many of our family and friends are physicians as well. The physicians, I always say, they have Al-Anon for the family members. So we need something for the family members of physicians because we're a hard bunch to have in your life. We require time and sacrifice with days and holidays. We have Thanksgiving on December because that was our day off. So for all of those who are live streaming in the audience at home or here in person, thank you so much for the support, the love, and the compassion that lets us all be as good as we are. We would not be here without the people who have supported us along the way. Thank you so much. I would like to offer a blessing for physicians. For our graduates in particular, may you always heal and be healed. May those who come to you find in you one who cares deeply, whose knowledge includes knowledge of the Spirit's movements. May you take pride in your gifts and use them humbly, suffering in the vulnerable teachers. May you see in others the goodness of the Creator. May compassion circle you, care. May your very presence be a hope to those in pain. May your skill ease the way and instill trust. May you know the healer of all, and may your own heart be held, passion and tenderness, as you go to difficult work. Amen. Thank you so much. And with that, unless Dr. Harpy says, I have 1%. I have to turn to my agenda. Our final award tonight, I was like, no, I'm sure not done. Because we have a very special person we need to thank. She is standing right there behind the lights, was instrumental in making tonight happen, has been a conduit with all of our residents and our faculty for the last year, smoothing the bumps, being an open ear to everyone who needs her. It's a very very, very difficult job to be president. You have to wear 2 or more hats every single day. She has been both a faculty and a peer. She has been a support and an enforcer. She has been an administrator and a friend. And it is incredibly difficult to wear all those hats with the grace and the skill that Dr. Harvey has brought to the job. Thank you so much for your dedication, for your willingness to take on this role. We would not be the program we are without the time and attention and hard work you've put in this year. Thank you, Dr. Harvey. Because Michelle is not here tonight, we skipped a critical step. Dr. Harvey has a gift. I will soon be presenting to all of the residents their gifts as well that I forgot when they came up for their certificates. Thank you, Dr. Harvey. This is a small token from Mercy. I will ask you to come up one more time. Dr. Mark Big, to receive your gift from the department. Thank you very much. I think there's more bags coming. Come on, team. We have Dr. Chaudhry Martinez. Please do. Dr. Robertson will be delivering our next one. Dr. Hernandez, please come up for your gift. We have Dr. Khan, Dr. Lee, thank you. Dr. Nassau. And Dr. Barsanya. So in their bags, if you would like to, have you opened yours, Dr. Harvey? Dr. Harvey, could you open your gift? We would love to show the live stream audience at home. No, not at all. So for those who cannot see, Dr. Harvey, describe what you are seeing.
This is a sketch of the front Mercy Hospital's campus. It's beautiful, and it has my name. It'll have your name on there. Then the year that you graduated. So you can, they all have my name. You'll never forget.
So you can all take a little piece of Mercy with you. Wherever you go and wherever you practice, you will always have Mercy looking down, hopefully from the wall of your office. Thank you all so much. And thank you to those who are joining us from home and could not be here in person. We will close the formal part of tonight, but please continue to enjoy beverages, enjoy food, pictures, visit. Thank you for joining us for our celebration this evening.